Damn it. Hi guys, and welcome to this Aquaman and Wonder Woman discussion video about the new stuff that recently came out and about the stuff that are gonna come out, sorry. So yeah, do not ask me why and where have I been, but yeah, still trying to get my things together, you can say, in terms of schedule, basically, what and where, when to do things. But as you know, I think I'm always on top of things, and I'm always, keep an eye on everything. I did miss some trailers, which I didn't deem that important, but guys, I cannot miss for the life of me the Aquaman trailer that it's possible to come out any second now. Of course, if that happens when I'm asleep, that's not gonna be possible for me to cover it, or if that happens when I'm at work, for 9 hours. So yeah, there's that, but when I get home, it's my top priority to do it. Okay, so first, let's say hi to Teku here. Oh, you're watching the match, he's watching the World Cup. It's a thing that we do here in Europe, we just love our football, which for America is soccer, but yes. And yes, thank you, I'm glad that you can hear me. So guys, there's recently, first some photos that came out from Wonder Woman set, Wonder Woman 2, and spoiler alert, which shouldn't be a spoiler, but Steve Trevor is somehow alive, or he is in a flashback, I have no idea, but by his clothes, I think that he is actually in that time that the movie is supposed to be in, set in, which is 1984. 1984, I understood that has different history, significance, in terms of what happened in the real history. Some women became pilots, astronauts, some other women did other things. So, maybe from that point of view, they want to connect Wonder Woman with history, a significant time, in some, you can say, advancements in terms of, how women were viewed in society and all of that, which, of course, is a fact, is not a part of today's HJW stupid things. It's just, a fact of history, and it's very important, and it should have happened. Everybody wished to, if it was sooner, but it isn't, sorry. As always, I'm so sleepy. That's ridiculous, but I don't know anybody with my schedule that can pull off a live stream but the way that I do. But anyways, it's all a part of life and getting used to everything. And Martha is here. Yes, hello. Yeah, there's no trailer to react to today, just the topic at hand. But of course, here's my trusty water here, as always. Okay, so yeah, from what I saw, from Wonder Woman set photos, everything looks to be kind of picking up where we left off, only like 30-40 years later or something. Yeah, or 40 years. I cannot, calculate right now, but anyways, so it's an old time still. It's more or close to our time, but still it's kind of an old time when you think about it. When you compare it to now, I'm pretty sure that somebody in the comments will say 1984, are you crazy? That was not so long ago. Yes, I'm just saying that it's not present times. That's all that I'm saying. but it's certainly a lot further in time compared to, you know, where the first movie was set in. But anyways, how everything looks, you know, is the point, and everything looks very interesting, very, you know, it was done well. It's not that that is the most, I mean, the thing that mostly interests me in Wonder Woman. The thing that I'm most interested in is Wonder Woman herself. So talking about that, her costume seems to be made more bright, more colorful, more vibrant, which they sometimes, you know, when they do her costume, I mean, when they do a superhero costume, they try to look, you know, to make it look brighter in post-production, when they realize that they actually made a very, very dark costume. And this time they actually physically made the costume brighter, as far as I understood. So that's great. I mean, I prefer more color, more vibrant colors, you know, Wonder Woman to just pop out of the screen. So that's great. You know, it's what it's supposed to be like. But the real question here, guys, is what I mean, the hell is happening with Steve Trevor, and if he is alive, because again, he was wearing time appropriate clothes when looking at the pictures. You know, if he is really alive, how is he freaking alive? How is it? How is that possible? It's not like he is a part of Greek mythology or anything like that. He was on a plane. There was nothing on the plane that we could know about, that, you know, it could lead us to think that something magical happened. But I'm pretty sure that they're gonna explain it anyways, or maybe, just maybe, that fight, I mean, that's just a theory, but it's fun, you know, to theorize. Maybe, just maybe, when Wonder Woman fought Ares, something in that mixture of powers, filling the sky literally, and, you know, the plane exploding, you know, something. Sleepy Gary. Okay, something happened and he got powers, or in the explosion, some kind of a pocket of energy was created, and he magically was in that pocket, and then that pocket landed on Earth, or whatever. But then that, you know, that won't explain how he's young still, and how he never contacted Wonder Woman. So, too many questions. That's all that I'm gonna say. Too many freaking questions. Mm. Well, Seko, that does not help me at all. So if you're gonna make a comment, make more relevant comment to the topic, please. I mean, you have to ban yourself if you're gonna make totally senseless comments for no reason that are gonna distract me from the topic. You know, I'm as I'm tired as freaking hell. It's, you know, it's Monday. So yeah, but guys, as always, my freaking love for what I do in movies and expressing myself through those videos is what keeps me going. But, you know, the real thing that um, I would prefer, if I mean, I can clone myself and work out at the same time, do videos at the same time. Yeah, well, yeah, all of that. Oh, and watch my favorite TV shows, because I don't even have time for that. Anyways, continuing with Aquaman, because we've seen kind of, well, not a lot of Aquaman, but we did see some interesting pictures. You know, we're seeing how the underworld looks like. I mean, the underwater world. Some statues that kind of seems to depict different kings of, you know, Atlantis. Maybe different tribes, like is in Uganda, that separated, or actually never heard that. Not that I'm that familiar with Aquaman as a comic book or as a story, but I never heard that there's more than one kingdom. So that's just the theory I've heard, you know. I think that there's only one ruler of Atlantis, and, you know, there was always only one ruler of Atlantis. And as far as I watched the cartoons, you know, the Disney animations, that was again the case. So if there's anything else, I don't know, maybe just previous kings. That's, yeah. Or it's significant. It's sorry. It's showing something that's regarding to you know, several very very special people for Atlantis. Well, who knows? Who knows? We're gonna see. But I've heard that the trailer of Aquaman already debuted somewhere in the world. I think it was in some movie fest, and you know, the reception of the trailer was very good. So that's promising, I think. And as you may remember, the director himself, you know, of the movie is James Wan, and he's very freaking good. I mean, the last or the previous Conjuring, no, sorry, Fast and Furious and the Conjuring movies. Oh, hyperlink. Oh, my freaking apologies for that. I should have had stopped this. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so that's it basically, guys. You know what I wanted to say, and now I forgot to stop my vibration. Yes, awesome. So, so yeah, I mean, guys, that um, people reacted very well. James Wan is very good, very good director, and he has, I think, a very good vision also, and he understands DC universe and, you know, DC characters. I'm sorry, I'm, you know, yawning again. I'm Mr. Joe. Uh, yeah, actually, I also want to see Trident in action. We already saw that in Justice League, but I would love to see it again. I think the movie will take place after Justice League. We'll see. I really don't want the movie to take place before that because I don't want to, you know, see something backwards again. Like, oh, in the future, and this happened now. Oh, Superman. Then, oh, let's go back. I'm like, ugh. You know, the same thing is happening with Wonder Woman, but at least going to be like a self-sustaining story or something. Not that Aquaman couldn't be, I just don't want this time for Aquaman. Um, yes, pulling. Uh, yeah, Mr. Joe, hello. I'm hoping it's gonna have, well, that's a very good point actually. I'm hoping it's gonna have very good fighting scenes. Now Wonder Woman 2 actually. Yeah. And I really want to see the power of Aquaman, what he's really capable of. Maybe he's gonna show his, more of his power. Maybe he's gonna, you know, discover more of his power, inner power, and whatever active power. Oh, I don't know, dear Pulling. I mean, I'm basing what I'm saying off of, you know, news about the movie that could be wrong. So, I just really don't want to get back. That's all. I really just don't want to do that. But yeah. Well, disorganized. Uh, as far as DC movies right now, I don't think so. I mean, we had uh, Man of Steel, you know, then we had Batman v Superman. That's kind of too forward, some may say. I personally felt that it was the right thing to do, you know, because it's something different. And I do get that if there's a Batman, he's gonna wonder what Superman is doing. And if we get a Batman movie first, well, Batman always got his movies first, especially in modern times, and I didn't want to see that. I just want Superman to be first, you know, for one. So I like that Superman was front and center, and he was the starter of this universe, and he was the main face of this universe. And Batman had to deal with everything, had to cope with what was happening, and had to learn how to accept this new being and his power, and to trust him and all of that. So that was very interesting take on Batman, because he got to grow, he got to understand um, something that's so far-fetched from what he imagined that he's gonna even deal with throughout his you know um, villain fighting career. So for me, that was very, very original way of doing things. I understood it, I liked it, didn't have anything against it. I understand that the classical approach would be, to start first, well, you can still actually start with Superman, then Batman movie, then, bring them together, but how are you gonna explain that one is missing from the other's movie, and if they live in the same world, then their cities are basically right next to each other. So there's that. There's that. And also, of course, oh, Mr. J, thank you. Thank you once again. Yes, coffee will do me very good. It's just that I won't be able to sleep like at all if I drink coffee. I mean, it's gonna wake me up, but my heart's gonna do this. So I'm gonna still be sleepy, but my heart will not be, letting me sleep. So that's not healthy. Mr. J, thank you. Once again, I want to take this time to thank you very full-heartedly for those $5, because it means a lot to me. Really, you're the only one that supports me this way. So I really thank you. I really, really thank you. And yeah, I just get speechless each and every time when that happens, and still can't believe it that somebody's gonna do that for me. But thank you, Mr. J. Well, yes, for the morning, you're right. I'm gonna, save that for the morning, of course. Tomorrow's fruit day. Only me and Pudding knows what that means. Yeah, there's gonna be fruit. That's literally, by the way, it's work. I mean, it's work. One of the best things I would say that, you're gonna, I'm having at work, free fruit. But that's another thing though. It's nice. I really appreciate it. Anyway, let's go to the topic again. So this, just started with Wonder Woman and Aquaman, but now I'm really thinking, when we're talking about how, how Disney movies progressed, um, you can say that it's kind of a mess in terms of the way that, people told them, unfortunately. And of course, although I do get Justice League, they did make the Wonder Woman movie separate. That was great. That was necessary. I mean, they could mix both tactics of approach, and they did that. They started right off the bat almost with Batman and Superman. They introduced Wonder Woman there, and they made her own movie. So they did make standalone movie of her as well. Batman had too many standalone movies as it is, although that's not the same Batman. But they realized that the movie world is full with Batman movies, so they prefer to make a movie for someone that didn't have as many, especially never in modern times. That's Wonder Woman. And we didn't really get a Superman movie to be proud of, and I think that Man of Steel is that movie, at least for me. Again, one of my most favorite movies of all time, actually. Really love it. And so the way that DC approached things, just people didn't get it. Some people get it, some people didn't get it, like me, like some other people. And then now what we're gonna do? I mean, we have Shazam. I mean, that's the question. What we're gonna do now? We have Shazam, and Shazam looks ridiculous. Like totally, like the studio that made Power Rangers did it. it's the other end of the stick. It's too bright, it's too ridiculous, it's too childlike. I understand that he's actually a child, before for him to turn into a grown ass man. But what to tell you, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. Shazam is separate, from the other things. I think they want to made it separate, but at the same time it's the freaking DC universe. And the same time we have this awesome animation when each and every DC movie starts, the recent ones, how with Green Lantern, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, everybody come together. It's so great. I love it. It brings memories and brings that view of the DC animations. It's pretty much the same style, just in 3D animation. If you remember the DC TV show animations and how they all look like gathered, and behind them it was the sunset, I think. So that was beautiful. That's great memories. So what they did with that intro, they really tried to do it. Just let me check something, guys. Yes. Okay, just have to reply personally to someone. It's kind of important. Okay, so continuing, guys. Yeah, so I mean, they did have a plan. They kind of fell flat on their butt, but they already started the universe. They already started everything. Even when we consider that intro, I mean, that significant. I don't know why I cannot signifies. Sorry, signifies. That signifies that they committed. They really committed. So they lay their bed and they have to, sleep in it, so to speak. So I'm extremely excited for both of these movies. I think that they're gonna be something very different from Marvel again. And although I appreciate Marvel, they're fun. Their movies are fun. They're big. They're great to look at. Everything in them, and there's some interesting, very good lines, character presentation. But it's not what I'm kind of it's not why I love superheroes. How DC with their comic books, their animations, and even, yes, their movies is what really made me love superheroes in the first place. Then Marvel. Although Spider-Man was my favorite superhero at one point, like I wanted to be Spider-Man. I think I said that. um yeah, and also Zack Snyder, yes, Mr. Joe, and also Zack Snyder's vision, about how effects should be done. That's also something that should be mentioned, because he is a visionary and not a lot of people want to admit that. But how he did Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, how those amazing shots and angles, how Batman and Superman are facing each other, how Superman is shot in every single second. He is showing his power, he's showing his strength, his might, his presence is amazing. It's amazing how Zack Snyder, can, just put the camera and imagine how the shot will look like, sketch that, then realize it on the screen. It's breathtaking. So amazing visual filmmaking out of Zack Snyder. One of the best, very best, I think, directors. I mean, he's taking a concept of how you should film superheroes, and he is like multiplying that, taking it to a whole new level. But again, that's another thing. It's a plus for the DC universe. It's an art, but I know that people don't then I mean, they if they don't like, of course, the story, they would totally forget about how amazing the movie looks like or how shots are framed. But it's one of the things that I do appreciate and notice. I do notice everything. Well, I do try. And yeah, I do love the small details because I'm an art person myself, so I can't help but look at things in an art perspective. Yeah, yeah, I mean, he brings also, I mean, I agree with you, Mr. Joe, and Zack Snyder brings also very much the emotion, and he brings the intensity and the thickness of the air and every particular scene with the way that he shoots things. He brings and creates atmosphere like no one else, I don't think. And hold that thought. Okay. Um, just a second again. Okay, so if you hold that thought, guys, I'm gonna continue for just a bit. Yeah, so my point is, guys, that there's a lot of things to love in the DC universe and how DC are doing movies, and Aquaman and Wonder Woman are our new hope for this to continue. And I really, really, really pray for those movies to be highly successful. Like, I pray so much for that because I want to see these characters continue. I want to see more movies with them. I want to, fulfill my childhood dreams of actually having a franchise with these movies. And I don't want just DC to scratch everything and just start anew, because I really think that their approach to the stories, how they presented everything, I think that that has substance, like so much more than what I imagined of them doing in the first place. But just not every person or all of the fans sees it that way. Not everybody can, see that substance, that, can understand it. Some people just, it just passes right on top of their heads, which is sad for me. They just don't see it. They just say that it's like, where do you see those things? And I'm explaining it, but there's really no point of arguing. I just want, if it was possible, both parties, both camps of fans to be happy somehow. But I don't want my DC movies to be turned into Marvel movies, because if I wanted that, I'm just gonna watch Marvel movies. I just want my more serious, more, you know, like to, that punch in the gut feeling. uh, I want to be touched by them. I want to be, very emotionally shocked. So I want the substance, the emotions, I want everything. I want the action, I want the fighting, I want the cunningness, the strength. I want every each and every, superpower shown in the most powerful way on the screen. I want my heroes to be strong. I want them to, overcome everything and crush anybody. Just if they have to kill, even, I don't care. If there's sense to that, if it makes some sense in a particular situation, if it's not forced, if it's for a reason, like super, 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 super valid reason, like in terms of, like, for instance, Wonder Woman is a warrior, and she must kill. It's what warriors do. It's the warrior way. And you can even watch that in Xena, present in Xena, that philosophy about warriors. And you can choose to be, a messenger, a peace-loving, human being that carries their message in a peace, in very peacefully in that manner. But if you choose to be a warrior, you have to take and do everything that entails, which of course it's to kill people. I'm gonna, read some of your comments. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so read some of your comments I share right now. Hmm. Yes, Mr. Joe, okay. Good evening to you, Ivy. Well, I kind of have to go, yes, very soon. But yeah, thank you for coming, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's, I mean, I didn't want to actually say darker, but it is darker. But guys, I want to, for us to think of it, and, you know, I don't want to say just it's darker because that's too simple. DC movies are much more than just this. I mean, darker doesn't explain everything that they are. Darker just means that they're not super silly like Marvel movies, like super comedy wise. And I know what Avengers Infinity War did, it was still kind of silly in a lot of other ways. It was serious at the end, but we all know that that won't last, or at least I don't want to spoil it, but some characters will be back. Yes. What the heck happened? Wait a second. Why this message is deleted? Um, Marta, why your message is deleted? Please let me know. I hope the bot didn't delete it or you deleted it. What the heck happened? V for Vendetta, Watchmen, don't really care about that, but yes. Hmm. English. Oh, did he write something in Bulgarian? Logan. That's sad. I mean, Logan is very sad, guys. It's so sad. Oh, he's he's gonna tell me later, I think. Uh-huh. Okay, Ivy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well, even it was in our language, that should not stop you. I understand Bulgarian, and this is not, it's an English stream because I'm obviously talking in English, but my audience is majority, English speaking audience, but you can tell me anything in Bulgarian. Okay. Okay. so so guys, that's basically it. I mean, we can talk about a lot in terms of what DC movies could be or should be, but bottom line is that I personally, love them. I really do. And I love some moments in Justice League, the Flash, how he, raced with Superman. It was so great. I really hated that mustache affair. That was terrible. You can still see it. Um, but guys, I really hope that instead of rebooting it, they could, swim. Goodness, they could swim out of that. So, we can get movies that are more suitable for more fans as much as that possible. There's always gonna be unhappy people, and even me, I could also be unhappy about that, but we'll see. If they get more and more like Marvel, I'm not gonna be happy about that. But they should stick to their vision, just, develop it, make it a bit better. And maybe more people will come around to that style, come around to that way of storytelling. And if the movies are longer, so they should be, really. Mm. Mm. Okay, Teko, whatever it was, mm, there's no problem. So that is, guys, for this stream. I don't want to say a big word. I really want to play something. What to play? Well, I'm so sleepy, but I could at least play something on Twitch. We'll see, guys. If there is such a thing, just go to my Twitch channel. The link should be here down into the description, and the stream should start, you know, probably in 10 minutes. But I really want to play something, guys. So if you want to, you can go to my Twitch channel. Yeah, that's it. You can add something into the comments. Thank you to everybody that watched. Again, I'm very hopeful for two of those movies, and if there's an Aquaman trailer these days, I'm gonna I'm gonna do my best to cover it as soon as I am home. And Ivy says, yes, I hope DC won't be tempted to follow the MCU jokey side, but I don't think they would. Though I love some jokes actually in Batman v Superman, and yeah, I mean, there were some jokes like, is she with you? I thought she was with you. I actually love that quote. I just love it. And if the you know, the humor is inserted in the right ways, in the right scenes, it's gonna make sense, because there's humor in life, in every situation, not in every, but it's normal for life. So yeah. Thank you, Mr. Joe. Thank you. If you do, I'm gonna appreciate that. So guys, that has been it for this night. I'm gonna try to be more consistent this week, whatever it is in my power to make like 2 videos, at least 3. I'm gonna try. Sometimes I'm like doing trailer reviews 5 in a row, which kills me, but I'm doing it for you guys, and I'm doing it for my, you know, of love out of what I do. So again, thank you. Till next time with me, Gary G Reviews, and see you on the gaming stream.